The male lion just killed the lioness's cubs. And this lioness was pregnant. Watermelon Video willingly cheated on the enemy who just killed her child. Is it the loss of animal nature or the distortion of morality? Watermelon Video's subversion of common sense is actually very reasonable. After watching, it will give you a perfect explanation. Like most lionesses, her husband has always been elusive, living a carefree life, never at home. Fortunately, with the help of two sisters, they take turns hunting and watching the cubs. Its 5 cubs can only survive safely. Such a life seems harmonious and happy. But one night, the prey caught by the 3 sisters was snatched by a bold group of hyenas. Such incidents were originally common. But when they returned home, another male lion from the neighboring territory arrived near their home. This male lion's goal is to mate and to claim more territory, roaring low on the grassland, wanting to challenge, trying to attract nearby competitors. The 3 lioness sisters could have remained silent as long as they hid near their home. But these 3 lionesses decided to assert their dominance by roaring as a warning. This also alerted the male lion who was lurking in the shadows to the location of their den. The lionesses thought they could intimidate the intruder. However, male lions are always fearless until they face a challenge. Drawn by the sound, they arrived at the lioness's den. It did not immediately launch an attack. The male lion discovered the sounds of cubs in the den. It would kill any offspring that were not its own. It also knew that despite its strength, it's not easy to win against 3 opponents. So it kept watch nearby for several days. When they became weak from hunger, it would then attack the young lion. The 3 lionesses did not just sit idly by. They had already devised a plan to protect the cubs. The 2 sisters transformed into a dancing duo, leading the male lion away. They flirted with it, capturing the male lion's attention. Obviously, the male lion couldn't resist the temptation. It forgot what it was about to do. When the male lion was lost in the tenderness of the 2 lionesses, the mother in the den could then move the young lions to another place. However, the mother could only carry one at a time. The lions left in the den couldn't find their mother, so they started calling out, making noise. It was only when the male lion heard the sounds that it woke up from the deception. He then walked towards the den. The mother had just settled the young lion back. Then they heard the cries of the young lions at home. With the united efforts of the 3 sisters, they managed to drive the male lion out of the den. Although they drove away the male lion, Watermelon Video, but one of the little lions died in the mouth of the male lion. They could fight the male lion together, but they couldn't withstand hunger, even if 2 of them went out to hunt. The children at home would definitely be harmed. They were now in a desperate situation. Either the young lions would starve to death, or be bitten to death by the male lion. Now the mother lion could only resort to the last option, which was to sacrifice herself to the male lion. The mother lion had no reproductive ability during lactation, but she could pretend to submit to the male lion. Once the male lion accepted her as his partner, it may save the life of its offspring, even though it is very reluctant. But this is also the last resort to protect the cubs. And mating with the opposite sex that kills their own offspring is hard to accept. But as a mother, she will sacrifice everything to protect her children. Even if there is only a glimmer of hope, she is willing to try.